We would like to acknowledge that this podcast was recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri and Boon Wurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We value their cultures, identities, and continuing connection to country, waters, kin, and community. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. James,
Yes.
listen, mate. Listen, this is important. Bucks Fizz won Eurovision with Making Your Mind Up. Ric Flair defeated Dusty Rhodes to win his first wrestling championship in Kansas City. A little band called Metallica formed in Los Angeles. Mario debuted as Jumpman in the famous Donkey Kong, and Muhammad Ali boxed his last match. The year was 1981. I'm Rich.
I'm Jumpman James.
And that's Popcorn.
Their behavior's not good.
I'm gonna stop you now, right there, because
The Swapties.
One lamb kebab.
I've abandoned my child!
Now, give me money.
Tell me who sent you.
Listen, mate, this is important.
Now it's been over.
Both survivors.
I thought you were real.
Son of a bitch!
Ask me.
That's Popcorn.
That's Popcorn. Hello, everyone. Welcome to That's Popcorn. This is how we do intros now.
We
Hey,
made
James.
it. We made it. We made it.
We made it. How you going, James?
I am well. I'm well. Loving life.
It's good, isn't it? It's life.
LG.
LG, lucky gold star.
Yep.
That's
LG.
that's what I'm always saying.
Just stuff in my bathtub.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that Muhammad Ali never boxed while we were alive?
I can't believe it. So I wish I had something to say about that.
I wish you did too.
I wish I did.
Yeah.
I really wish.
I mean, the whole
I
time
really
we've known him as like a retired boxer.
Yeah, like yep. So just, you know what? I'm not even gonna joke that I didn't make this joke earlier. I'm just gonna say it. Before we were recording, I said I can't even remember. It was just the perfect setup and execution, and it's never going to be repeated. So we just have to explain it instead. So our entire lives, we've known that Muhammad Ali was a boxer, but he never fought during our life. So we could say we've only known him as a post-box. Post-box.
Guys, you had to be there.
There was no way I would be able to get that execution out properly a second time.
It was such a good joke, but we were not recording, and it's definitely not going to translate as well as it did in the moment. But there you go. You can have it. Yeah. Have that one on
That's
the
it.
house.
You got a bit of a behind the scenes of what our conversations are like before we record.
That's right. A bit of BTS.
Yeah,
Isn't
right.
BTS a pop band now?
I
feel 100 years old saying that.
They're no Bucks Fizz, that's for sure.
That's right. They're no Bucks Fizz. They'll never win Eurovision. James, for our new listeners, this is That's Popcorn, where each fortnight, we watch two films from a given year, one being one of the best films of the year and another being one of the least best films of the year. In fact, one of the worst films of the year, as rated by not just critics, but by the fans. We're looking for those ones that are hated by critics and fans. And we are slowly realizing that that might be a poor decision because films that are rated badly by both critics and fans tend to be bad.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Tend
Who
to
would
be
have thought?
hard to
I
watch.
did not see that coming.
Yeah. But, we're committed to the cause. And then every other fortnight, I feel like I'm giving like advertisements to the game Fortnite every time I say it. Every odd second week, we look at a year and we pick the films. So this is almost kind of like a behind the scenes look in itself.
I'm glad you actually explained that because I didn't know what we were doing.
You didn't even know we were recording it.
I had no idea. I'm just
Called you up,
like,
said,
who's he
"James,
talking to?
put your headphones on, turn your camera on." James, your life is actually the Truman Show.
It is.
It is.
It absolutely is.
So, 1981. I feel like this is going to be a long episode because I don't know about you, James, but I have not seen many of these films nor heard of them.
So, I mean, conversely, it could be a very short episode where you say the name of a film and I go, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. I say the name of a film. Richard, what are your thoughts? You go,
No.
And then, we're done within like 10 minutes.
That's right. Get over it.
Yeah.
Shall we start with the best films or the worst films?
Start with the good. Start with the good.
Okay.
Yeah, start with the good.
I'm on the good this
week.
week.
Get the audience on board early.
That's right.
Otherwise, start with the bad.
Drive them up after. I mean, like they're already pretty hyped after that amazing joke and delivery at the start of the show. So I don't know.
Yeah, I reckon they've probably dropped off so they can go visit their friends and try to recreate that moment.
Yeah, they're all creating their own social bubbles away from us. But before you do go create your social bubble, stay with us in our social bubble and listen to me as I list the great films that we're looking at for 1981. Starting with Raiders of the Lost Ark, Gallipoli, Chariots of Fire. We'll come back to this. On Golden Pond, Arthur, the French lieutenant's woman or French lieutenant's woman, depending on how you want to say it. Pennies from Heaven, Escape from New York, Night Riders, Night Hawks, Time Bandits, Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, Blowout, Thief, and For Your Eyes Only.
They well read. Good reading of that list.
Top reading. Thanks, mate.
Top reading.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, first Indiana Jones film without Indiana Jones in the title, and also the first Indiana Jones film. Full stop. I was watching the trailer before and I realized that I always sing the song wrong, or they changed it. I'm not sure, but in my mind,
how do you sing the song?
But in the trailer, it's like like this. The beat's just a bit different. Yeah.
See, I would have gone the first way as well.
Yeah, mine's a bit more like uppity. That was a good transition. For those not watching the video, there was a cat presence.
It was a cat. It was good. It's the new Star wipe. It's just big boy wipe.
Just watching Star Wars, it's just like meow. I mean, that kind of sounds like a TIE fighter.
Yeah, that was a spaceship, yeah.
I haven't seen this in a long time. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's been a while since I saw it, but it was on. Last time I watched it was just like on TV or something. I'm like, I'm going to watch this, and it's so much fun. I remember watching this in high school. Like we had to watch it, and I don't even think we had to do an assignment on it. It was just like watch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Stop hassling me as teachers at the end of their tether.
And it is very good. It's good. It's got Alfred Molina.
Yeah. Oh no, he does, doesn't it? Is he doing doesn't he do blackface in this?
I don't think so.
Isn't he like?
I don't remember that.
Alfred Molina, who's what else is he in? I think he's in Michael Clayton, isn't he? I want to say.
He's Dr. Octopus in Octopussy. I
feel like he does like blackface. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's something else.
Yeah, I don't think it's this. He's at the start and he plays a South American. But I don't think there's any blackface in Indiana Jones. I could be wrong. Happily will be correct.
Happily will know that there's blackface in this. Please. I've been waiting for it. I'm gonna find out. Where. I'm just gonna write Alfred Molina blackface into it. Includes such notable Persians as Jake Gyllenhaal and Alfred Molina. But where though? But where?
What?
I don't
Jake
know.
Gyllenhaal's not in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No.
He's a baby.
He's definitely not. That was at the end of Donnie Darko. He like time traveled into Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That'd be great.
That'd be a good film.
That'd be an excellent film.
Look, I'm not going to get to the end of it right now. In the comments, tell us where Alfred Molina was did blackface. I swear, I've seen it somewhere.
Well, I'll just say that out of all of these films in this entire list we're going to go through, this is the only one I've seen. Actually, that's a lie straight away because I just saw what the second one on the list was.
I was going to say,
and I have seen that.
So the second,
and I've seen the third one as well. So,
so it turns out you can't read.
But
yeah, second on the list is Gallipoli, famous Australian war film with Mel Gibson. Back when we claimed him as our own, he features a couple times in this list actually.
I think Mel Gibson is our own.
I think he's American born.
What?
I want to say he's American born.
Which way is up?
But I mean, like, isn't Russell Crowe like New Zealand born?
He's from New Zealand.
Sam Neill, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
I mean, do we have anyone? All we have is Beck Judd.
Yes, yeah, I guess we do.
So Gallipoli, famous film about running. Chariots of Fire is the next one. Famous film about running.
Famous film about running. Both of these films I watched at school, as well as Raiders of the Lost Ark. I only watch movies at school.
You haven't left
I think
school.
this explains quite a bit.
Fun fact, James never left school. He's still doing remote learning right now.
This
and
is
all
it.
they're doing
This
is watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. Chariots of Fire is about it's about if I can find
It's
it.
about I think it's the first mile run under a certain amount of minutes. How long does it take to run a mile? 10 minutes? Minute mile. No, it's not. What is it about? Richard, tell me. Give me the synopsis.
It's based on a true story. Chariots of Fire is the internationally acclaimed Oscar-winning drama of two very different men, much like you and I.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, not different to whatever. Who compete as runners in the 1924 Paris Olympics. Eric Liddell, Ian Charlson, a serious Christian Scotsman, believes that he has to succeed as a testament to his undying religious faith. Harold Abrams, Ben Cross, is a Jewish Englishman who wants desperately to be accepted and prove to the world that Jews are not inferior. The film crosscuts between each man's life as he trains for the competition, fueled by these very different desires. As compelling as the racing scenes are, it's really the depth of the two main characters that touches the viewer. Look, you know what, synopsis? I'm going to decide that. That's where we come in.
Yeah.
Right?
I think...
we might watch it and go, you know what? As compelling as the racing scenes are, full stop.
I think it's the score by Vangelis that is the touching bit, because that's what everyone knows about it. Yep.
Yep, that's where it comes
from. Yep. Just some very subtle humming. That's what the thing is. Can barely hear it over the sounds of the footsteps.
Soundtrack's just... All right, welcome to That's Foley. Next up, we have On Golden Pond. Henry Fonda plays Norman Thayer, a cranky 80-year-old retired professor making his annual pilgrimage with his wife, Katharine Hepburn, in her only teaming with Henry Fonda, which is a weird thing to point out. To their New England summer cottage. Their solitude is interrupted when the couple's daughter, Chelsea, arrives with her fiancé, Bill, and his son, Doug, in tow. Takes a while, but Jane Fonda and Coleman, about to go on a vacation of their own, persuade Henry and Hepburn to take care of McKeon, who I think is the son.
So the son was Doug.
It's long synopsis. Yeah, Doug McKeon. Sorry, I lopped off the last name because I thought it wouldn't be important, but then they referred to him by his last name because that's how you refer to children, apparently. Like they're sports stars or something. It is through the warm relationship between Henry Fonda and the boy that the old man and his daughter, Jane Fonda, are at last able to display affection towards each other. On Golden
Right.
Pond is a wonderful valedictory for Henry Fonda, who died not long after the film's completion.
Yeah,
Catherine
right.
Hepburn has less to do, but few can do so much with so little.
Yeah, but that's good to know.
Yeah, won a few Academy Awards. Critics 93, audience 87.
Wait.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Arthur is up next. The ads for
Not
Arthur.
about the king.
No. The ads for Arthur suggested that this was an obnoxious film about an obnoxious man, an eternally drunken millionaire indulging his every whim. Instead, Arthur, Dudley Moore, is a sweet, somewhat pathetic character whose millions have left him lonely and with no motivation in life. I think maybe it's just like the further you go back in time, the more kind of like judgy and opinionated the synopsis has become.
It's like none of this was written by the studio.
No, no, not at all. Which is kind of interesting. Did they remake this with Russell Brand, or is that a different film entirely? Because there's
I was confusing it with Elfie, which was
yep.
Jude Law
And Michael
Arthur.
Caine.
I don't know if it actually came out, but I did hear about the remake of Arthur.
Let's have a look.
I think, yeah. I mean, I don't know about Russell Brand. That's what I think.
I don't know about Russell Brand. Arthur, a drunken playboy, stands to lose a wealthy inheritance when he falls for a woman his family doesn't like.
It sounds like a very loose remake.
Story by Steve Gordon. Is this one by Steve Gordon?
Gordy.
Yep.
It's
a remake.
Yep, it's a remake.
That's a remake. Yeah, Arthur. This guy looked like a little bit of fun. It's got Liza Minnelli as a blue collar shoplifter.
A blue collar shoplifter.
Blue collar,
as opposed to a white collar shoplifter.
She only shoplifts shirts that have blue collars. Thank you.
Yes, good. Glad we got there.
It was like you telepathically sent me that joke, and you're like, "You need to make this joke now." Yeah, that's Arthur. Then we got the French Lieutenant's Woman in this filmization, not a word I'd seen before.
I've not seen that word.
Fowles' original novel. We watch as Sarah, a 19th century Englishwoman, ruined by an affair with a French lieutenant, enters into another disastrous relationship. Viewers are made aware that what they're seeing is a film. This is done by surrounding the story with a modern narrative.
What?
That is not a good synopsis.
Man, I did not realize I wasn't watching The French Bachelor.
Is that like... Because what I'm thinking it's like is... Have you seen The Great? Or The Favourite even?
Yes.
Both written by Tony McNamara, the Aussie. And so like it's like, this period era piece, but the dialogue and everything is quite modern, and so that's what I suspect they're trying to say there. But the way they've said it is like viewers are made aware that they're seeing a film because someone talks straight to camera and says this is a film, or like I don't know, it's
because it has opening titles, which real life often doesn't.
Right? It's because the view is obscured at one stage, and then you are looking somewhere else.
Because there is a soundtrack, which in real life there isn't.
Someone dies, but we know, in fact, that person is not dead. Anyway, that's French Lieutenant's Woman. I'm just going to straight up say no to that because it's got 78.67. And we've got...
that's I think there's movies in the bad movie list with better results than that.
Yeah. All right. Gone. At least we got rid of one. What else we got? We have... I've lost my place.
Yeah, to Pennies with Heaven.
Yeah, Pennies
From Heaven. Pennies from Heaven.
8265, bit of a audience disparity here.
Ooh.
Adapted from Dennis Potter's landmark British TV miniseries and relocated to the United States during the Depression, Pennies from Heaven dramatizes how popular songs both shaped and reflected the thoughts of people living through economic and emotional hardship. Arthur Parker, Steve Martin, is a sheet music salesman who believes that he can spot a hit a mile away and wants to open his own store. But he can't get a bank loan, and his wife, Joan, Jessica Harbour, who has savings left to her by her father, refuses to give him the money. Also, while Arthur has a fierce sexual appetite, did he come in from this other movie? While Arthur has a fierce sexual appetite, Joan generally refuses his advances. Wait, are they in a? It's okay. Yeah, it's a marriage, right?
Okay.
Fine. While on the road, Arthur meets Eileen Bernadette Peters, a shy schoolteacher, as desperate for affection as Arthur is hungry for sex. Whoa. They begin an affair.
This can
leads to
only
tragedy
end
for
well.
both. Punctuating the drama of Pennies from Heaven are elaborate musical numbers in which the characters lip sync to popular songs of the day, like Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, which at once...
Wait, so is it popular songs of the day? Is that popular songs from 1981?
Oh, no, that particular, that very day.
From that day?
Yeah, they looked at like the charts and went, oh, this song is popular right now.
Yeah, slip it in there.
Slip it in there. Happy Birthday was the most popular song of the day back then. Arthur's buoyant tap number to My Baby Said Yes and Eileen's saucy rendition of Love is Good for Anything That Ails You are reflections of their needs for money and love, and their pas de deux on Let's Face the Music and Dance is at once an escape and an acknowledgement of their hopelessness.
Oh.
Pennies from Heaven. Escape from New York is next. Starring Snake Plissken,
a.k.a. Kurt Russell.
Thank you. It's not in the synopsis for once. I was like, Kirk? Nope, not Kirk Douglas. Kurt Russell.
Kirk's Lemonade.
He has to rescue the president who is being held hostage.
Yes.
I presume in New York. The year is 1997. The future. Oh dear. Yeah, I think you brought this up when we were speaking earlier. I can't remember if it was on podcast or not, but that this is considered a good film, and I remember the Escape films being no good, but I might have just seen the no good one.
What does the internet say?
Critics 86, audience 76, IMDb 7.2, Metacritic 76. That's pretty high, especially for an older film.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised that the critics is actually higher than the audience score. I thought
86.
this was like, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a good film. It's a good action film.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's just good.
It's good, mate. Is this the one that has the introduction that looks all CGI, but they actually just like painted like uber reflective lines or something and created this like 3D line work, but it's all built and they just shot it. It's very cool. Anyway, hopefully we don't do that film because I just wasted a bit of trivia there. Knight Riders is up next. Knight Riders may well be the only cycle flick ever to be played out in suits of armor.
Yep.
Linking back to Truman Show, this has Ed Harris leading a gang of hard case motorcyclists. I don't know what hard case means.
Means they're wearing a suit of armor.
Oh, of course. I just wouldn't refer to it as hard case.
Yeah, that's it. This is my hard case.
Yeah, whereas when I'm in my normal clothes, I'm in my soft case.
Yeah, this is
my regular gig bag.
Yeah. This is my sleeping bag.
Yeah. Harris's great rival is Tom Savini, who has his own band of Black Knights. Keep an eye out for a chucklesome, unbilled bit by novelist Stephen King.
Oh, good. Excellent. Because Stephen King cameos are always just the best.
That's right.
Oh, I'm already angry. I'm so mad.
Knight Riders has 77, 60, 61. I'm feeling it's not going to make the cut.
That doesn't sound good.
Unfortunately, neither is Nighthawks, which is up next. Which is that the Sylvester Stallone one, or am I thinking something else? No, it is. Deke De Silva, Sylvester Stallone, and Matthew Fox, Billy D. Williams, New York police officers specially assigned to a special multinational team dedicated to tracking down terrorist Rutger Hauer.
Yes.
Bit of a crime thing. But it's got 70-55. So
Boo.
in the bin, Nighthawks. Sorry about that. But would love to have a drink at Nighthawks in
One day.
wherever it is. Brunswick?
It's on
Northcote.
Johnson Street.
Oh, one of those. Yeah.
Near the tote.
Hopefully someday we can get back there. We got next. We have Time Bandits.
Time Bandits.
I'm gonna add some reverb to that when I edit it.
Man, I've already got reverb in my room.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, man. It's going to go the rest of the podcast if you extend it too long.
Just all the way through. Time Bandits is a young boy joins a group of renegade dwarves on an unpredictable. I'm already not able to predict it. Unpredictable journey through time in this humorous fantasy. Monty Python animator Terry Gilliam mostly achieves a tricky balancing act. See, mostly. The synopsis is getting judgy again. Mostly. Monty Python animator Terry Gilliam mostly achieves a tricky balancing act in his second feature as sole director, creating a dark, irreverent comedy disguised as a family adventure. And it goes on. It's got Sean Connery.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun film.
Looks all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a script by Gilliam and Michael Palin. So it's going to be kind of fun. Time Bandits, 89-77. So I think it stays in the mix. Mad Max 2. I watched this not long ago, Mad Max 2.
Yeah.
Because of all the Fury Road stuff coming out. I say not long ago. That's like, what, a couple of years?
That was like 7 years ago.
How long
I don't know
was
how many
that?
years ago.
It was like
I think it might have been like 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
It's got a critic score of 93 and an audience score of 86. Mad Max 2, I feel like, was where they discovered what Mad Max was. Because Mad Max 1 is like kind of a really good student film. It's kind of wild. Anyway.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mad Max 2.
Really?
Never.
Oh, we'll keep that in the list then. Blowout is John Travolta. This actually looks kind of interesting. So Brian De Palma's homage to Michelangelo Antonioni's classical art movie. It's De Palma's homage to classic art movie Blow Up. Blends suspense and political paranoia with a Philadelphia sound man when a Philadelphia sound man inadvertently records a murder. Former police technician Jack Terry makes his living doing sound for slasher flicks. Slasher flicks.
Flasher 6. I haven't seen the first 5.
That was says it's a John Travolta one. Looks alright. Critics 83, audience 82. Nice little parody there.
Ooh, I like that.
Then we've got Thief. 93-81 critic audience. Frank is an expert professional safecracker specializing in high-profile diamond jobs. After having spent many years in prison, he has a very concrete picture of what he wants out of life, including a nice home, a wife, and kids. As soon as he is able to assemble the pieces of this collage by means of his chosen profession, he intends to retire and become a model citizen. In an effort to accelerate this process, he signs on to take down a huge score of a big-time gangster. Unfortunately, Frank's obsession for his version of the American dream allows him to overlook his natural wariness and distrust when making the deal for his final job. He is thus ensnared and robbed of his freedom, his independence, and ultimately his dream. Well, to spoil the film, so...
It is, it's one of those one last job movies. I wonder if this was like the first of the one last job movies. Or the last of the one first job movies.
Was the original Ocean's 11 a one last job movie? And that was like...
No, that was just Frank Sinatra and his mates hanging out. Like when we do the worst films of the 50s, that'll be on there because it sucks.
Does it? I haven't seen it. I've seen
it. It is not a heist movie. It's just like, hey, Danny.
Him coming in, it's like, fly me to the moon. No, you can't. You're acting. Acting.
Yeah. But Thief does not sound like that.
No. Then we have For Your Eyes Only, which is a Bond one with Roger Moore. Unfortunately, critic audience 72-64. I think it's just immediately out. But it has got
Ben.
Blofeld in it, which is, that's fun. Then we've got Evil Dead. Which I didn't put in the list. Whoops. We've got Evil Dead, which is a Sam Raimi film. Classic. I just watched the remake recently, which was interesting. To say the least. But yeah, it's a fun film. It's pretty low budget, but it's fun.
I very much like the first one. I almost bought the first one when I was on holiday in China, and it was a special edition where it looked like the DVD case was made out of skin.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I might struggle to get this through customs.
Yeah, definitely.
So I did not buy it.
It's kind of it's kind of the birth of that sort of jokey horror.
Yeah.
But I don't know anyone else who
Well-
does it other than Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was, I think, unintentionally sort of comedy horror.
And
And
they
then
double down into it.
And then they definitely doubled down for the second one. And then the third one was like horror schmorror. Let's just make Duke Nukem quotes.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's
What
what
came
I
first,
did.
Evil Dead or Duke Nukem? Would be Evil Dead, wouldn't it?
Evil Dead, yeah.
Nukem would be like 90s or something.
Yeah,
Because Jumpman just came out.
yeah, exactly. Oh, it should have been Duke Nukem against Donkey Kong. Mario would have been a much quicker game.
Would have been. It's true. It's so true. That's the most true thing I've ever heard.
And, that's right. Just go, oh, he's throwing barrels at me.
Make my day or something. I don't know. Did you say something like that? No, that's not. That's Dirty Harry.
Shake 'em, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
throwing the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gross. Yeah, gross. Donkey Kong, so gross. So that's Evil Dead. Then we've got Clash of the Titans, which I don't know if this is the same film, but it might be one of the first ones with green screen or first use of full-sized CGI or something. I can't remember, but there's some fun CGI fact in there. But
Well,
it's got
maybe if we
terrible
watch it, we
ratings,
can talk about it. But I don't think we're gonna, because I've not heard good things.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans is out. And we're back. Welcome to That's Popcorn. Technical issues. Soz. But we're back, so that's good.
I'm not sorry.
You're not sorry?
No,
Oh, well, that's a shame.
no, it's good.
Classic That's Popcorn. Rich takes all of the responsibility for the issues. James just coasts along with his cat in front of camera.
That's it.
That's
it.
So we were just talking about Clash of the Titans, and we're ruling it out, I think.
Yeah.
What I don't want to rule out though is Das Boot, which is a film about a boat, submarine, boat,
A U-boat, which is also known as a submarine.
mate, me boat, you boat. It is. Barn me, barn you. All right, I'm done.
I don't get it.
It's not even my joke. I've
It's
been
funny,
saying that
though.
joke for so long, thinking it's my joke, and then I re-listened to a podcast that I like, and they made that joke, and I was so mad that I just subconsciously stolen it from them.
That's going to be like people listening to this making the postbox joke.
Oh my god, that
years to
press box joke. Because they're going to get the opportunity to deliver it perfectly.
Exactly. They'll craft it just much, much better. I look forward to hearing it.
So, Das Boot, it is 1942. No, it's not, mate. And the German submarine fleet is heavily engaged in the so-called Battle of the Atlantic. Once again, synopsis getting a bit sassy. So-called Battle of the Atlantic to harass and destroy English shipping. With better escorts of the destroyer class, however, German U-boats have begun to take heavy losses. Das Boot is the story of one such U-boat crew, with the film examining how these submariners maintained their professionalism as soldiers, attempted to accomplish impossible missions while all the time attempting to understand and obey the ideology of the government under which they served. This has a critic rating of 98 and an audience rating of 96.
Wow! Holy moly! I did not expect it to be that high.
Yeah, IMDb 8.3, Metacritic 86. It's massive.
Hey!
Massive ratings for Dust Boot. So I think we've got to leave it in the mix.
Yeah.
I've just got a few left here that I might just quickly run through. So The Fox and the Hound, animated Disney film.
First movie I saw at the cinema.
Oh, there you go. The synopsis is one sentence. The lifelong friendship between a fox club and a bloodhound puppy provides the basis of this rollicking and tender animated tale from Disney. I think it's also got guy from The Wrestler.
It's a
What's his
cartoon.
name? Actor from The Wrestler.
Mickey Rourke.
Oh, no.
Ric
Oh,
Flair.
Oh, you have frozen and gone.
What?
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right, I'm just going to restart everything. Welcome back. We're having terrible trouble with the internet. It seems that, since Dan's recent announcement, every, 30-year-old white dude in Melbourne has decided to start recording their podcast. Because the internet and stuff just doesn't want to work very well.
Can't do it.
No.
No.
Anyway, we will press on. The Fox and the Hound, I think, is what we were talking about last.
Yes.
The lifelong friendship between a fox cub and a bloodhound puppy. Your first ever theatre experience, is that right?
My first cinema experience, I think I went with my grandma in Deniliquin,
Oh, New South Wales.
New South Wales. Represent.
Are you? You're
No.
not. You're Victorian born, aren't you?
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. That's what we say down here. For sure.
For sure. That's us. That's us. That's definitely
That's
us.
it. Yep. We invented that phrase.
We sure did. The Fox and the Hound, critic 70, audience 78. Bin. Soros. Then we have Reds. The epic film focuses on the life of famed American communist John Reed. The film begins in 1915 when Reed makes the acquaintance of married Portland journalist Louise Bryant. So persuasive is Reed's point of view that Louise kicks over the traces and joins Reed and his fellow radicals. Yep. And then we have SOB, which I assume stands for Sally on Bicycles.
Yep, that's probably it.
Yep.
I've never heard of SOB.
In this biting comedy satirizing Hollywood cynicism from writer-director Blake Edwards, Felix Farmer, Richard Mulligan, is a motion picture director whose career is on the skids. And then it's got murder and suicide. So that's fun.
Ooh.
And porn.
Ooh.
And porn. It's also the final film of legendary actor William Holden.
Invented the car.
Yep, definitely
Yep.
did.
Inventor of the car.
That's him.
Yep.
Great. So yeah, that looks like a film. I'm gonna say no to that one because it is not that well rated. It's okay. It's got an 82 critic score, but 63 audience.
Nah.
62 Metacritic.
No.
Reds, I'm gonna kick out because of it's just a bit too close to home, I think, with all the communism talk at the moment, and I just don't want to deal with it unless it's
Okay.
great. I don't know. Do you have another?
Well,
take
I
on
just
Reds?
didn't like the amount of words that sounded like red in that synopsis.
Yep.
So
Like read.
Yep, give it a
Yep.
read. I think radical.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just too much.
It's too much.
Too much.
So that leaves us with quite a lot. Were there any in there that you think you're happy to lose?
Look, I don't want to. I'm not happy to lose any of them. I mean, I'm sure everyone worked hard. Nah, I mean, let's see what the bad movies look like.
Really? Okay.
And then sort of go from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
yeah.
After this break.
Oh, cool! I need a break.
Can you get Big Boy to do a transition for us?
No, he's cracked it.
Damn. Oh,
He doesn't
we'll be back.
doesn't
then.
like the jokes.
Doesn't. I don't blame him. And we'll be back. You do the welcome back. You do it. I don't give a shit.
All right. Welcome back. I've been told to do the welcome back, so I did it. That's what you get for asking me to do anything.
Oh,
1981.
gold.
Gone through the good films. Now it's time for the not so good films. I will take the reins. Join me on this journey of learning about some trash from 1981.
It's not that easy, is it?
I'm having fun. I'm sure the audience is having fun listening to me doing this. I'm going to do it all the time.
They're loving it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
This is watch when you look at the little data of like people putting stars on the episode, because that's a thing that you can see. It's just going to go ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, the
And that
laughs
is-
per minute. The laughometer is going to go up right at this moment.
That's it.
Yeah, Jimmy Bennett is loving this in Ireland.
Jimmy.
Jimmy! Shout outs to Jimmy! All right, tell us about the bad films, James.
All right, I got some bad films for you. Some of them I don't think might be that bad. Cannonball Run. A wide variety of eccentric competitors participate in a wild and illegal cross-country road race. Wherever the eccentric entrants will do anything to win the road race, including low-down, dirty tricks. Sounds like Wacky Races, the film,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Already a film?
only a good thing.
What
I
was
think
that?
it's got.
Sorry, you go.
No, you go.
I was just going to ask, what was that race film with Cuba Gooding Jr. from like
Oh, Rat Race.
Rat Race? That's what I'm thinking of.
That's a great movie.
Oh,
Not from 1981 though.
not
So
from
now is not the
1981,
time,
sorry.
Richard.
I'm so sorry, derailing you. Bring us back. Bring us back, James.
Bring us back. Critic score 30, but audience score 61.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember I had like family friends that used to love this movie. I remember seeing bits of it. It's as expected. Yes, next up is Mummy Dearest. When her adoptive mother, Joan Crawford, died in 1977, erstwhile actress/author Christina Crawford was left out of Crawford's will. Christina then penned a scathing autobiography. According to this film and the book that preceded it, Joan Crawford was a licentious, child-beating behemoth who stalked and postured through life.
That person loved writing that synopsis.
Absolutely. I loved reading it. It was good. There's a lot of words that I don't get to use every day.
Yeah, also confusing to use the last name to refer to a person when you're referring to two people from the same family with the same last name.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Christina Crawford was left out of Crawford's will. Well,
Yep. Crawford was left out of Crawford's will.
that's right.
Damn, where's my money from me?
Where's my me money?
Where's my me money? Am I dead yet? Waiting for my inheritance.
Am I dead yet? Sounds like a Steve Martin film waiting to happen.
Look, critic score 49, audience score 72.
Massive.
Pretty big. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this movie that it's all rubbish and that young Crawford only wrote it out of spite because she was left out of the will. And interesting, but I don't think particularly bad enough to call it a bad film.
Okay. So off the list by the sounds of things.
Yep, strike it.
Strike it.
Chuck it out. Tarzan the Ape Man. Ooh, this looks like a doozy. The Tarzan story from Jane's point of view. Jane Parker visits her father in Africa, where she joins him on an expedition. A couple of brief encounters with Tarzan establish a, in brackets, sexual bond between her and Tarzan, When the expedition is captured by savages, Tarzan comes to the rescue. I did watch the trailer for this, and it looks just like a Rudy-Nudie romp.
Ooh.
Lots of nude.
Lots of nude. It's the
Lots of
80s after
nude.
all, I guess. I don't know what that means. Did you recall that we had a Tarzan in the bad film list for 98 as well?
Yeah, I don't recall there being a good Tarzan film.
There was oh wait, no, that was George of the Jungle. It's a, it's a different film.
And is that what you classify as a good film?
Yeah, that's my favorite film ever, James.
Sorry. Struck a nerve there, Jesus.
George of the Jungle.
Yeah, this has a critic score of 10 and an audience score of 19.
Oof.
So not loved. Apparently it's just like Blue Lagoon. Remember Blue Lagoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what's her name? Brooke
Shields.
Brooke Shields and
Yes.
someone. And they made a sequel. And the sequel's just bananas as well.
Is it called Blue Lagoon?
Two Lagoon, I think. Is
Two Lagoon.
Two Lagoon. Blue Lagoon. Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's potential. Next up is Inchon. Now, let me tell you a fun fact about Inchon or Inchon. Critic score of 0,
Yes.
which I think is a first.
Rough.
During the Korean War, General Douglas MacArthur masterminds the amphibious invasion of Inchon in September 1950. Amphibious invasion sounds so much more fun than it probably is.
Why they called this film Inchon and not Amphibious Invasion is beyond me.
War of the Newts. Watch the hell out of that. It'd have a better critic score than 0.
Yeah.
Tell you that for free. Not even on Metacritic, so can't do that. It's a big budget war film that just everyone hates that isn't Pearl Harbor.
I wonder if that's political or if it's just a terrible film.
I think it's just terrible. Apparently, it was like plagued with issues when they were filming it. Just nastiness. So I reckon that's a potential watch. Next up is Heavy Metal.
I forgot for a hot second. I forgot that we're looking for a terrible film to watch. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch that. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, heck yeah.
I'm like, oh no, that's literally what we signed up for. Oh dear. All right.
Heavy Metal, which is the animated one. A glowing green orb which embodies ultimate evil terrorizes a young girl with an anthology of bizarre and fantastic stories of dark fantasy, eroticism, and horror. Ooh.
Oh.
It's pretty well liked.
Yeah.
Critic score of 60, audience score of 67. I know there's a South Park episode very much riffing on this. It's got a good soundtrack, I believe, which is pretty much just heavy metal songs.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe not bad enough.
I don't think it's bad enough.
Sorry, Heavy Metal.
Sorry, Heavy Metal, you're too good. Should have gone in the other list so we could kick you out.
That's right. You're just bloody mediocre enough to
that's it. Not for this podcast.
Not get our attention.
Next up is Condor Man, which I can't stop reading as Condom Man. The creator of a comic book series played by Michael Crawford is recruited by a friend in the CIA, to rescue a beautiful Soviet defector. He agrees as long as he is permitted to don the persona of his most famous character, Condor Man. I didn't say Condom Man the second time.
I was waiting for it. And Crawford's back again. That's great.
Yeah. So, Michael Crawford plays Condor Man, who is from Some Mothers Do Avum. That Britishness. You don't know what that is?
No.
No, it's like I think his character in that is what Hugh Grant based his entire sort of foppish persona on.
Right. Okay.
And again, the trailer of this just looks bananas because Michael Crawford has no business playing a superhero.
Good.
Critic score of 25, audience score of 65. So,
Okay.
yeah, bit of love there.
Bit of love. Bit of love for Condor Man.
Bit of love. Not as much love for All Night Long.
Oh, night.
Executive George Dupleur loses his temper and is demoted to the night manager at a 24-hour drugstore. I'm already saying this sounds garbage. After he suggests to his teenage son Freddie that he stop having an affair with suburban housewife Cheryl Gibbons, who is a distant cousin, Cheryl tries to seduce George. At home in front of his mother, Freddie accuses his dad of stealing his girl because he found Cheryl serving George a meal in the middle of the night while her husband Bobby was on duty at the fire station. George then separates from his wife Helen, quits his job, moves to a warehouse, and asks Cheryl to move in with him. That doesn't sound like a movie synopsis. That sounds like something I overheard when I was getting my hair cut.
You won't believe this, but Cheryl Gibbons is having an affair with her distant cousin.
There's so many names in there that I lost track. I don't know.
It reads like the subtitles from Tiger King. Like, I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, like I still don't know what that movie is about. So I think maybe all that happens in the first 5 minutes and then it's about a man who lives in a warehouse.
Yeah, or that's the whole film. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Critic score 33, audience score 22.
22.
From All Night Long to Hell Night. It's a good link there. 4 college pledges are forced to spend the night in a deserted old mansion where they are stalked by the monstrous survivor of a family massacre years earlier. Sick.
Sick, mate.
Sick. I think this is maybe a Wes Craven movie that he did before Elm
before
Street.
Scream. Was he? No, not.
And he did Scream as well.
He did Scream? Okay.
Yep. Critics 56, audience 45. Again, one of those films where I'm surprised that the critic score is higher than the audience score. I mean, these kind of slasher flicks generally aren't loved so much.
Yeah, well, you think back to like Psycho that came out from Hitchcock, and everyone was like, "This is a lowbrow genre," and it's like a seminal film now. Anyway,
yes, it is.
There's no joke there. Continue,
No,
please.
I was waiting for one.
Yep.
I had my laugh teeth all ready to go.
Laugh teeth.
The laugh teeth.
Oh, it's true.
No.
For those of you listening to the audio, no laugh teeth for you.
Yeah, but you can imagine it. You can imagine it.
Turn your brightness down if you're watching us on YouTube. Because we laugh teeth anyway. It's fine.
Paternity. That's all. That's my new sneeze. Just thought I'd change it up. It's 2020. New year, new me.
New year, new sneeze.
New sneeze.
Paternity.
Paternity. Paternity is a single man searches for a woman who will bear his baby with no strings attached. I thought it was called an umbilical cord.
Damn it! I was waiting for the moment. Good.
It has that guy whose name I've totally forgotten.
Is this the Burt Reynolds one?
Burt Reynolds one. It is the Burt Reynolds one.
Whenever I think of Burt Reynolds, all I can picture is Norm Macdonald.
Yep, okay, yep,
yeah.
Got it. You know what? I've seen 2 Burt Reynolds films in my entire life.
Deliverance? Is that him?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. What have you seen then?
So, I've seen Boogie Nights.
Yep.
And I saw the last movie he did where he played a version of himself. And that was quite good.
Oh, was that?
Can't remember what it's called. It was called like The World's Greatest Actor or something.
Oh, okay. Not what I was thinking.
But yeah, haven't seen Paternity, but I did watch the trailer and
Paternity.
get it, he wants a baby. 0 critic score.
Yeah, gross.
It never got reviewed by anybody. And an audience score of 24. And speaking of Bert, is the sequel to Smokey and the Bandit, Smokey Bites the Dust. Again, no critic score.
Is
And
it
an
actually a
audience
sequel?
score of 12.
Oh.
In this yeehaw burning rubber romp, a teenage car thief, Roscoe Wilton, kidnaps prom queen and sheriff's daughter, Peggy Sue, prompting a smashing, bashing multi-car chase with law enforcement and interlopers in hot pursuit.
Can I just put like a PSA out there for anyone writing synopsises or synopses or whatever we want to call them? Stop putting shit in parentheses and like just give us a sentence we can read. Because here's a kidnaps prom queen and then in brackets and sheriff's daughter. And it's like, just put that detail in the sentence. It's so confusing. Anyway, that's my rant.
Yeah, it's well said and I think well made. Keep the actors' names in there because otherwise
like that's fine.
Yeah, otherwise I think the teenage car thief's name is Roscoe Wilson Jimmy McNichol.
Which we all know is like a child's song or something.
It's too long for a car thief.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But it is a good name for a car thief, though.
Roscoe Wilton, Jimmy McNichol.
It sounds like a rhyming slang for like stealing a car. I don't know how it gets there, but it's like, oh, it's got to go Jimmy McNichol, that William Holden over there.
Good. Again, like I think 81, there was a lot of seems like it to be a lot of car films. It's like they just worked out how to attach a camera to a car. Like we're going to use this all the time. Cannonball Run, Mad Max, Smokey, Bite That Dust.
Bite that dust, boy.
Chew on that dust.
When was is it The French Connection? When did that come out? 71. All right, that was 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it took 10 years to perfect it after that.
That's right.
Because it was so fun.
Yes!
Which...
segue of the year alert.
Yep, next film is So Fine. In this satirical romp, again, there's that word. A lot of romps. In 81.
That's
in
right.
Satirical romp, an English professor ends up forced to abandon his ivory tower and enter the New York garment business to save his father, who has become dangerously indebted to a heartless loan shark and his clothing business. More trouble ensues when the professor finds a new lover who happens to be the sexy wife of the hulking loan shark. Things look bleak until the clumsy academic accidentally creates a new style of jeans with a see-through bottom. The radical style becomes all the rage, and the father and son find themselves rich beyond their wildest dreams. It sounds incredible.
Assless chaps the story. It's like insane.
The poster for this film's amazing because it is just a butt. Like it's just a jeans with the butt, and then a guy looking over the girl's shoulder, being like, "Hey, look at these jeans I'm broke."
Oh dear.
Again, critic score of 67, audience score of 30. This
What
seems like a
happened
film
here?
that the audience would absolutely love. Because I mean, who doesn't love assless chaps?
That's right. But like, what's happening? Who are these critics? Everything's gone wrong. If the audience is only 30 and the critics are loving it, it's oh my god.
Yeah, maybe it had subtitles. This is like that synopsis doesn't actually explain that this is
It's a French New Wave art film.
That's right. It's all shot in a single bathtub. I don't know. Yeah, good. Moving on, Deadly Blessing. Not to be confused with Bledley Dessing, which I almost said. After her husband dies under mysterious circumstances, a widow becomes increasingly paranoid of the neighboring religious community that may have diabolical plans for her.
Ooh.
Diabolical.
That sounds very M. Night Shyamalan.
It does, doesn't it? Shyamalan. Critic score 14, audience score 28. That's more like it, critics.
Yeah,
Get in line. Get in line. Enter the ninja. After just completing his training at ninja school, an army vet travels to the Philippines and finds himself battling a land grabber who wants his war buddy's property. He must also fight his rival. Land grabber is not a phrase I've said once in my life. You land grabber.
Sounds like it sounds like something that Luke Skywalker would hunt on Tatooine. Come on, Chewie, we got to go out there and get these land grabbers.
Yeah, it sounds like a slur that they would use in Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Ita puta land grabber. Luke Skywalker, ita puta Mr. Pukatoko land grabber. All right, there you go. There's my one-man Star Wars show.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think we could watch the little audience meter go up on that.
Yes.
That's
Finally.
The Prowler is next. An unknown killer clad in World War II U.S. Army fatigue stalks a small New Jersey town bent on reliving a 35-year-old double murder by focusing on a group of college kids holding an annual spring dance.
It sounds like an ad-lib synopsis.
It does. Also, I like that it says he stalks a small New Jersey town. It's going to be easy to stalk a town. It doesn't go anywhere. Look, it's there. Just sit behind a fence and just go, yep. Still see the corner store.
There's going to be someone in our vast audience listening from some island that's on tectonic plates that are shifting, and they'll be like, aha, catch my town. Yeah.
It'll be like,
Like,
what was that Peter Jackson movie where it's like the cities that have legs?
Oh, the one that cost $1 billion and no one watched.
Yeah, that's it.
Mortal.
Or no one knows the name of.
Mortal Instruments.
Could be.
It's because there's also like, is it City of Bones Immortal Instruments or something? There's two films with very similar names, and both of them have dude from Umbrella Academy / Misfits. Robert Sheehan. Robert Sheehan?
I don't know. This is not a part of anything that I know.
Yeah. If you think that any of these facts are wrong, please go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, and say so. That's how it works. That's the only way you can tell us.
Again, The Prowler, critic score 67,
Yeah,
audience score 49. I think, people were like not anti-slasher films. At least critics weren't. It's like, man, this is great. Audience was like, this
Kids
is
dying. Yeah. They're really into death to children in the 80s.
Yeah, that's it.
Speaking of death.
Death Hunt. Now, does that give you a bit of a fright?
Yeah. That's
actually, when I was writing this up, these last two movies I confused, and I was looking for Death Lake and Zombie Hunt, and couldn't find reviews for any of them because they don't exist. Because the movies are Death Hunt, which is set in the 30s. Mountie Millen is assigned to track down accused murderer Johnson.
Oh, what? Charles Bronson.
And Mountie Millen is played by Lee Marvin. Wow, like big cast. Who had escaped in the high passes of the Canadian Rockies. Johnson, a trapper, has extensive knowledge of wilderness living, but Millen has the resources of the Canadian police at his beck and call.
Oh, a.
Oh,
fun.
There we go. We've just lost a bit of our audience.
Because I said OA. No, I'm just talking about the Netflix sci-fi series OA.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I got lost.
Starring Lee Marvin. Critic score 17, audience score 71.
That
That's
almost
nice.
looks like a typo. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
What were the critics doing? They're just like, we hate this film. It's just too
Yeah,
good.
there weren't enough high school students getting stabbed.
That's right.
Yeah, this Johnson should have murdered some kids.
That's right. They should have known. 1981, the year of child murder. This is I don't like this road we're going down.
Well, let's flip it to a lake that we're going down. The zombie lake.
Oh.
In a small village somewhere in France, German soldiers killed and thrown into the lake by the resistance during World War II come back.
If do you know what they say if the zombie lake runs out of water? Do you know what they say?
What do they say?
Drains.
Oh no.
Oh, we just lost our zombie audience.
Oh no.
LPM's way down on that one.
It's a French zombie film.
Oh, oui. That's French.
Yeah, Sacre Brains.
Sacre Brains. Oh no! All right.
Yep.
Yep.
So those are the bad movies we can choose to indulge in.
Yeah. So
a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, there's a few. Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's typical of bad films. I think a lot of people that want to make a film, for their first one at least, they kind of latch onto the horror genre because I think maybe it's got some kind of like, is typicality a word? It's got some like typical conventions that you stick to in horror films that are appealing to people that are making their first films. That's my theory.
Yeah, that's a good theory. I think you're pretty spot on.
I mean, you look, like Sam Raimi didn't start with Spider-Man; he started with Evil Dead, and lucky for him, 1981, people liked it. So, yeah,
that's right. All right, so now we're going to work out what my next week's going to look like.
I think we lose the Prowler. I think it was too good.
Yep.
Critic 67. I mean, I know it's audience 49, but
no, that's good. That's good compared to some of these.
Yeah.
Get rid of heavy metal if you haven't already. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, the rest sounded pretty trash. Maybe get rid of So Fine because the critics kind of liked that a lot. Because the one thing that critics also liked were
is that the
Pants with No
Chaps
Butt
one? Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, just because you're not watching it for this doesn't mean you can't watch it.
That's true. If I want to see butts, I can see butts.
That's it. See somebody.
See somebody.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a social bubble with that film. Let's get rid of Condor Man.
Yeah, get rid of that. Audience loved it.
So what does that leave us with?
It's a fair few. We still got Cannonball Run. I reckon get rid of that. That's Yep. Audience score, quite nice. We got Tarzan the Ape Man Inchon all night long. Oh, let's get rid of that.
Yeah, no, I haven't got that much time.
Yeah, that's good. Because I reckon if we watch that, that'll be a hell night.
Which we should also get rid of, I think.
Get rid of Hell Night. Yeah. Get rid of the horror movies. I don't want to watch just like a horror movie.
So Zombie Lake and Death Hunt are gone.
Yep, Deadly Blessing gone.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yep.
What does that leave us with? Enter the Ninja, Smokey Bites the Dust?
Look, Enter the Ninja sounds like it could be a little bit too close to Fatal Deviation.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't remember the plot of Fatal Deviation, but I feel like there might have been some land grabbers.
heaps of land grabbers in Fatal
so much land grabbing.
It's literally what he does at the start of the film. He just grabs some land and does some DIY.
Yep. Yeah, he does. That's it.
Speaking of land grabbers, Tarzan the Ape Man.
I think he's more of a vine grabber, Richard.
this is definitely a highlight of That's Popcorn. I'm happy to lose Tarzan, I think.
Yep, cool.
Which leaves us with 3.
Intron, Paternity, Smoky Bites the Dust. Is there anything we could link up with one of the other ones? So the way I see it, Smoky Bites the Dust is the equivalent to Mad Max 2.
Okay.
Paternity is the equivalent to Arthur. Don't know why. Just went with it. Go with me here.
Yep.
And Intron is the equivalent to Gallipoli.
Right, because of the war thing.
That's literally the only thing holding them together.
Yep. Now, I would posit a theory. Not even a theory. I just posit an idea that we don't watch 2 war films.
Like that.
Yep. Or 1. So, I mean,
Okay.
maybe I can deal with one of them. But yeah, I don't want to watch 2 war films. I think that's just too much. That being
That's
said,
good.
Das Boot sounds quite
I
good.
think we watched Dust Boot.
Yeah?
Have you seen it before?
No, I bought it on DVD a long time ago and never watched it. So and I
Ah,
think I've still got the DVD, so maybe I'll watch it that way.
and I think there's a on SBS there is a TV series that's
Yeah.
being made, which watching the ads, none of it was on a submarine. So maybe it's about boots.
It's about a boot. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Nancy Sinatra. That's a bad reference.
yeah. It took me a while, but I'm there. I'm
Yeah,
with you.
it's pretty loose. Pretty loose connection, that one. Okay, Das Boot then. Then what goes with Das Boot?
Dust Boot. All right, so that's a war film. So we're getting rid of Inchon. So we get to choose between Paternity or Smoky Bites the Dust.
Yeah, we do.
And all right, let's go back. Paternity had an audience score of 24, no critic score. Smoky Bites the Dust audience score of 12, no critic score. IMDb 4.8 for Paternity, 3.3 for Smoky Bites the Dust. I think this is telling me we bite the dust with Smoky. What do you think?
I'm
You're
not
just making a face.
I'm not feeling good about these choices, only because it sounds so bad. But that's good. That's what we're doing. That's
it's
what we're
good.
doing.
Roscoe Wilton, Jimmy McNichol.
Das Boot and Smoky Bites the Dust.
That's good. I'm gonna line up so many biting the dust jokes. It's gonna be great. At one point, I'm gonna call it Dusty Bites of Smoke.
Dusty Bites of Smoke. Dusty
Yeah.
Bites. Dusty Boots. Dusty
Oh,
Boots.
Oh,
What? We found the connection. All right. Smoky Bites the Dust and Dust Boot is our next 2 films for That's Popcorn. Watch them with us, not in person. Sorry. You haven't made the cut for my social bubble.
Yeah, you might. My applications are still open for my social bubble.
There you go. Hit up James. It's at James Popcorn on Twitter. No, I don't know. It's not. Yeah. Smoky Bites Dust and Dust Boot. What else have you been watching this week?
I've been churning through the end of The Sopranos. I've got about 6 episodes to go, I think. Just trying to get through. I've established very quickly that there really is only one sort of thing that happens, and it just sort of puts that over 4 episodes, and it happens again. And so I'm like, okay, this was good the first few times. Now, kind of done with it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But look, glad I've done it. And there's a lot of new other good shows coming out and just come out that I want to watch. So I'm churning through this to get through it. There's the new series, The Boys. The Boys
yeah.
Season 2.
Did you like that? I haven't seen it.
I did like The Boys Season 1.
Boys.
The Boys. Also, Lovecraft County.
Yeah,
It's
is that
meant
on
to be
Binge?
really good.
Is that
It's on
good?
Bing.
Bing.
Yeah.
I'm having a Lovecraft hate relationship with Binge at the moment. I don't know if I'll leave this in the podcast, but god damn it, we were watching Alone, which is a TV show, not a description, and that Binge has only been out since May, right?
Yeah,
It's only been out since May. They've already cut one of the seasons of Alone as we were halfway through it, and that's just unacceptable.
What is Alone? I don't know what Alone is. Well, I do know what Alone is.
Alone, I feel like I've talked about it on the show before, but maybe not. Alone is like a so the synopsis or the premise rather is people are put into a wilderness environment and
Yes,
told to just live
that's
for as long
right.
as possible. They're given like a certain amount of things they can take in. And it's like Survivor, but without the crappy challenges and stuff. And basically, they should just call the show "Watch People Starve" and get lonely and go mad. So I think the first season we watched, we're like, "Oh, this is pretty interesting." But then the more we watch, the more it kind of gets a bit tired. And so do they. So because they're not getting enough calories.
And it's like reality, yeah.
Yeah, they film themselves and stuff. So it's kind of interesting. We watched Spy with Melissa McCarthy. Paul Feig film. It's actually a bit of fun. I quite enjoyed it. Like, because they take the spy element to like the James Bond homage of it quite seriously.
That's
and
cool.
So like, it's got like an actual plot in a sense and action scenes and stuff rather than just being, what was that? Codename The Cleaner. And we also have been watching. Oh no. Something else. Oh, I'm looking forward to Ratchet and Clank. It's the new Netflix film starring, I want to say Sarah Paulson. Is that her name?
If it's Sarah Paulson, then yes.
I hope so. For her sake. It's like a spin-off of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and it's all about Nurse Ratchet. And that looks kind of interesting. It's coming to Netflix.
That sounds interesting. Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
It's a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff. I don't know when this good stuff is going to run out because nothing could be filmed for months.
Yeah.
So we get all this good stuff and it's like, oh, looks like you got to watch The Muppets again, which I'm fine with.
Well, I'm wondering if there's like films and TV shows getting released that just wouldn't have otherwise. And they're like, oh, we filmed this thing. We didn't like it that much, so we weren't going to release it. But now we're running out of content, so we're going to release it.
Yeah, right.
Like I feel like maybe like New Mutants might have been a bit like that. That was that film that was put into like development hell and kept getting delayed, and they just finally released it recently. And
that's a good thought. I did hear that they might be canning Neighbours.
What?
That's just going to change everything.
Where's Alf going to go? Is he even from Neighbours, or is he home away?
No, he's going to go back home or away.
Or is he the alien? Is it Alf the alien?
Alf is the alien.
Oh, yeah.
He eats cats. Did you know?
Didn't.
Did.
Anyway, so that's popcorn.
There we go. Fun facts about Alf is the new name of this
facts
podcast.
About Alf.
Not even a fun fact.
FFAA.
Literally established within the first 5 minutes of that series.
They created Alf as a response to Garfield. The creator hated Garfield, so he's like, eats cats. Done.
Eats cats, loves Mondays.
Eats cats, loves Mondays. There we go. If you need a new Tinder bio. Okay, 1981. We're watching
Das Boot.
Das Boot and Smokey Das Boots the Dust. And I'm Rich.
I am James still.
And like, comment, subscribe, and give us a 5-star on iTunes, and then also just like our Facebook group and all that sort of stuff. And that's popcorn.
Bye.
Bye.